Hallelujah! All my new South Empire, wonderful and fantastic fun family of winners. It's your winner, Fitzhugh Sergio Fevers Huff. And we have some heavy hitting topics tonight and two new guests, two new panelists. So I am so excited about that. Now, first of all, I need to read this disclaimer, and then I will introduce you to the panelists. The Winnas Podcast is meant to inform and entertain listeners. The opinions shared by the host and guests are their own and do not represent any company or organization. Topics discussed are based on opinions and information available at the time, which can change. This podcast does not give professional advice. Oh, God. It doesn't give professional advice. Listeners should do their own research. And the hosts and panelists are not responsible for any decisions or results based on what is shared on the show. Thank you, Mr. Engineer. Now I would like to introduce our panelists. And first of all, we have everybody know author, poet, fitness instructor, songwriter, Nevaeh Rose. Wave at everybody, Nevaeh. That's Nevaeh right there, y'all. Then we also have Marlo Gibson. I call her head of security. That's what I call her. And she mean like that, but I love it though. That's Marlo Gibson. Rave at everybody, Marlo. And all right. Then next we got. I know God created Adam first, but we still gonna let the women go first. Ain't that right, Craig? So next is Miss Annette Caesar. She is the founder, head of Liberty for Moms and some other organizations. And Annette, wave your hand. Caesar. Annette Caesar, wave your hand. Hallelujah. That's right. And then we got the legendary king of the East Coast DJs, DJ Craze with the Craze Academy. What's up, everybody? Y'all ready to rock and roll? Y'all ready to rock and roll?
Let's get it.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get it. All right. Our first topic for the night is the real deal about Nolan Wells' disappearance. Well, what information that we have accumulated and all of that, and what's also fictional, and also some conspiracy theories that's been going on around. Anyway, Marlo, engineer, you want to play that first clip about what's the latest things about
the family of the missing Mississippi teen Nolan Wells has identified the body that was found on Horn Island as the 18-year-old. Officials said that the body, which is believed to be that of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, was found around 8:45 a.m. by a park ranger. Jackson County coroner said DNA testing will officially confirm the identity, but did say, quote, "There is no reason to believe it is not him." The sheriff also added that the body found did match the description of Wells, and the family posted on social media confirming the unfortunate loss.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think we got another clip pertaining to that right there. Can you play the second one, and then we can let Marlo tell us why? What's her thoughts on that?
Demanding answers after Markavius Mark Rumpf, an 18-year-old from Eufaula, was found dead in the woods days after he went missing. His parents say they located his charred and dismembered remains themselves.
Heartbreaking story tonight out of Barber County, Alabama. The family of a missing 18-year-old says after searching for him for days, they made a horrifying discovery in the woods. Our Elizabeth White has more. A warning, the details in this story are disturbing.
But they got to pay all I'm going to pay. Everybody that's involved, I want them to pay for my son. Everybody that's involved, going to pay for my son. Everybody that's involved, going to pay for my son. Everybody.
A mother's grief is tangible, the pain unthinkable. For 5 days, Markavius Rump's family searched for the missing 18-year-old after they say he was last seen Thursday, May 7th, getting into a car with an acquaintance. Then came disturbing information from the community. Fearing he had been badly hurt, the family launched their own search over Mother's Day weekend.
I looked for 5 days for my son with no help from the Eufaula Police Department. No help. Me and my family in the rain on Mother's Day. I walked around through woods.
Then Monday, in a muddy wooded area off of White Oak Church Road, their search ended in horror.
They basically burnt my baby, shot my baby, burnt them up and chopped them up.
And you were the one that found?
Yes.
How does a father deal with that?
I'm dealing with it best I can right now.
Tuesday, investigators were back in the woods searching for evidence as the hunt for a killer or killers continues. The family does believe someone known to Markavius is responsible, but police so far have not named a suspect. Markavius had just earned his GED and planned to become a welder, a young life cut tragically short. In Barber County.
Horrific. That is totally horrific, and condolences to his family and friends, and to the community and the neighborhood, and to all of us people. Because all of us is feeling that one. That's right. Okay, Marlo. I'm gonna say this, and there are so many conspiracy theories that are going on right now. Why did you want to highlight that topic tonight? I know it's trending and everything, but
not just because it's trending. I'm a mother of a young Black male. I'm originally from up north, and I moved down here to the southern regions. And not that it doesn't happen in the north, but my mother always told me to be conscious and be aware of my surroundings because the South is much different. And to see that the trust in these kids were founded with relationships that they had built with other children. So obviously these are friends that both of these kids have gone off with and then lost their lives tragically with no explanation, no findings. And it's just kind of almost unsolved murders.
I know. I recollect you finding another incident that we're going to touch on. But after I want to ask the question: what facts are currently confirmed? What facts are currently confirmed about Nolan Wells' disappearance?
The facts is that the kid stated that he stayed on the island, that he was having fun. He met this girl that they claim they probably didn't know, which all of them knew, and he wanted to stay on the island and they wanted to come back home. So they left him on the island, but yet he had none of his belongings with him. They had his belongings. And now it is certain that they deleted messages that he had on his phone, not realizing that nowadays with all of this technology, you can pull up deleted messages. You could pull up distress signals. You can pull up pictures. You can pull up all of these things on people's personal phones once you have the warrants to go ahead and pull this information up to support any findings that they may have. But something went wrong on that island with that young boy. It could have been jealousy of him meeting this other girl, and really doesn't have to do with black and white, but sometimes it does have to do with black and white. You have to teach your children to understand and learn their surroundings and pay attention to their surroundings. And everybody that's your friend is not your friend. And parents need to be more aware who their children are going in and out the house with. I don't care how old they are. I still have my son who just turned 25. Let me know where and when he's going. And we share locations. So I know where he is at all times and he know where I am.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that 100%. Okay, now I have this philosophy: what I know, and what I don't know, I don't know. Okay, and so what What is still speculation? What are everybody speculating? And it,
Yeah, so I would like to chime in. First and foremost, Nolan's mother has admitted that he wanted to stay on the island and that he was going to catch another boat back. But he was staying there. He did have some fun. He was having fun. So his friends went back without him, but he told them, I have another ride. So I think the thing that is more concerning to me is that in the Black community, if we have a Black boy or a Black girl that's out with white friends and that child gets missing, it's always like, oh my God, this speculation. The white kids must have done something horrible to the Black child. But we have homicides committed, Black teens on Black teens every day of the week. And nobody gets upset. Nobody's astounded. It's just like, oh, it just happened. Like the young man that you showed before, those were his friends he went out with. And here in Charlotte, North Carolina, we had a situation where a 15-year-old met friends at school. They promised him, come out tonight. We're going to smoke some weed. So he left. They even ordered him an Uber. And the Uber went to the house and picked him up. They shot him. After they smoked the weed, they shot him. They killed him and hid his body under concrete. So his mother started looking for him. It was like, well, these are the last two people he was with. And it was very easy to track them because they used their own cell phones. They ordered an Uber to go pick him up. The mother said that one of the little boys had spent the night with her at her house. And I was in court when they did the discovery. And those little boys, it sounded like something from a King Von song. They talked about digging him back up. We're going to shoot him again. We're going to go to the funeral home. We're going to spit in his face. And these are all Black boys who was friends. So, and the community here in Charlotte was not outraged. I heard the discovery because I was in the courtroom. And I've been in criminal justice for over 20 years. And like 90% of Black youth died at the hands of another Black youth. And nobody is fazed by it. And so I'm a little confused as to why when, the theory is maybe white people did something. We got theories, we got conspiracies. People are like, we need justice. But when this happens with the Black community, every single day, there's violence.
Right. I'm like this too. Where is that same energy, same outrage for something that happens on a daily basis? And just because
it's called selective.
Just because you think white people did it, what's the difference in a white person doing it and a Black person doing it?
I don't think that, and we're saying the consensus of all, and that's not true with me and most people I know. I get upset when any young person life is taken from them and they haven't had a chance to grow and experience what I have experienced in life. So that is not true. I get upset anytime I hear about a young kid.
No, we're not talking about you per se. We're talking about
we're not going to say the whole world that nobody cares, because there's a lot of group leaders, there's a lot of community leaders, there's a lot of political figures that's all involved when these young kids are taken from the streets. It's a lot of, I'm from Connecticut, and we put a whole restriction on youth for several years, that they had to be in the house by 7 o'clock if they were 16 and 8 o'clock if they were 18. So that is not true. When it is noticed by state figures, public figures, that there is youth being killed or gang jump-ins, because this had to do with gang jump-ins of just randomly killing or raping women, they put a sanction on where these children had to be in the house unless they were with an adult. So that is not true to say that everyone, unless it's a racial divide, that we care if a kid gets killed. I care about if Black on Black get killed, if white on white, if Spanish on Spanish. If these kids haven't had the right to live and experience life, I get upset about it.
Okay, now Swain.
So why is there a
Swain?
Nolan Wells? I'm sorry. Why is Nolan Wells' name trending, but not an Anthony Smith, not the young man that we saw the video of? I definitely followed the story, but I don't even know his name. But Nolan Wells, that's going to be trending. The incident
Why isn't Joe Blow? Why isn't Joe Doe? Right? Why isn't
trending? He's the new thing of the week. Everything, the internet goes around. So what about that?
Okay, that's what we say. Why is he the thing? Why is he the thing of the week when another person got killed, got unalived?
In Alabama, that was trending.
Okay, I understand that. But what about the one that happened here in Durham and Raleigh or anywhere? Charlotte, Virginia. Why isn't that trending?
And then it depends on where you at too. Because some people is not even saying nothing about it. If nobody's speaking up and trying to get that, then it's not going to be no stories covered. But if somebody's making a big deal out of it, then yes, it's going to be stories covered. People's going to start talking about it. Right. People's going to start sharing it, and that's how it goes viral.
Okay, all right. It's like some are important and some are not. I got it.
All important.
Miss Annette. Yeah, but I know we think like that, but doesn't it appear according to social media? Speaking of social media, DJ Craig, how has social media influenced public perception of this case, for better or for worse?
In my opinion, there's a perception. Well, it depends on which end of the spectrum you're on. Some people will say it's for the better. Some people will say it's for the worse. My opinion, I say it's for the worse. I look at one of the things that it's called selective outrage. Do you know how many people were murdered in Chicago on July 4th?
Yeah.
No, because nobody's talking about it. But it had 14 murders and 38 people shot on July 4th. That's just one day. But nobody's talking about it. What's the ambulance say? Al Sharpton and
Ben Crump.
Ben Crump, they not there because there's no money in it for them. But they right on Nolan Wells. They right there. They were right on with all the cases that can bring them millions of dollars.
So how is it bringing millions of dollars?
How does it bring them millions of dollars?
Mm-hmm.
They not doing it for free. He is not donating his legal services to these families.
You sure?
And neither is Al Sharpton. I am positive.
I know Ben Crump does a lot of pro bono stuff. I've met.
I'm sure he does. Probably.
He may get notoriety, but he's helping. Or those people that he's helping, they ain't got millions of dollars to pay him.
Okay, let's put it this way: he's not going to get notoriety for blacks killing blacks. He'll get notoriety to create racism, to keep racism alive. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, here in Juneteenth. In Juneteenth here, 4 to 6 people got killed. Young children got killed on Juneteenth. Nothing. You don't hear nothing about it. Nowhere near trending. You know, that came from Open Train of Thought. The one Swain said, what about go back to Swain, please, engineer. One Swain said, Black communities have always spoken out against violence in our neighborhoods, supported victims, and worked to make our communities safer.
Correct.
But you don't see it, though.
We see it. Everything has to be televised.
I know, like you
televised.
Exactly.
He said, let me finish. He said, but at the same time, when a black person is harmed because of racism or by someone in a position of power, that also deserves attention and accountability. Justice isn't a limited resource.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I just think that we should just all take the same energy that we give to a white person killing unaliving a black person as a black person unaliving another black
But could
person.
I say something? Could I say something? Because I want to say something.
Go ahead,
The
Navia.
reason why we give it more attention is because the black on black crimes, they go to jail and they do their time for killing that black person. But the white people, they always getting off. So we gotta put that to the forefront because they always getting off. Is always finding some excuse behind what happened or why they did it so of course, yes, we're gonna give that more talk about it more because they get off more. The black on black crime, they do their time. They be in jail, prison for 25 years for killing, or 15, or however many years they do. But these white people walk away and they don't get nothing. They get a slap on the wrist because their father's a judge or something like that. Like, no,
I can agree with you to a degree.
That's just not true. Statistically, that's just not true.
Well,
over 90%. Over 90. I've worked in the court system for over 20 years. I work in the court services in Mecklenburg County. And one thing I can say is that I have invited every elected official to come to Mecklenburg County Court on Homicide Day and sit in that courtroom and watch the families, watch the victims of the family, watch them and sit there and watch those black defendants walk out one at a time. Do you know how many elected officials have shown up since I've been back for 5 years?
0.
Do you know how many community advocates have shown up? Unless they have somebody, they're trying to stand up for. 0.
North Carolina.
But you talk about Mecklenburg, but in other states, like you got to go. You can't only just talk about one city or state. You got to talk about like multiple, like overall. You talking about one city or state or something like that. Mecklenburg, what is it? Charlotte? Like you talking about Charlotte?
Overall. No, I'm talking about overall because if you look at the data, I'm a criminal justice major. And if you look at the data and you look at the reports, you kind of see a trend in almost every city. So, I think the trend is you sit there and you watch black male after black male after black male. And you have a black male on the defendant's side and you have a black family grieving on the prosecutor's side. And those are just the facts. I
okay. Hold on. Time out, y'all. Time out. We just got a fact check. The FBI's supplementary homicide data have shown that roughly 89 to 91% of black homicide victims whose offender's race was known were killed by a black offender.
We know
we're not saying that. We're not saying that.
Who's talking about that? Nobody asked about the percentage.
No, that came from Starman Presents.
We know it's black on black crime. That wasn't even a
we already know it's a lot of black on black crime. We're not doubting that part. We're just saying that the reason why this story is getting more cover is because black people, they do their time. Yes, they be doing their time, but these white people is getting off for killing off these black people. That's what we're talking about. That's what I was talking about. I already know there's a lot of black on black crime.
All the black people don't do their time. The reason you don't know they get away with it is because it's not highlighted. Because
I was about to say, I know murderers
do time.
I know two murderers right now here in Raleigh that killed multiple people.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not saying that. All I'm trying to say is that majority of every time it's a white on black crime, them white people walk away most of the time. Black people, yes, of course they get away. Yeah, of course, some people get away, but it's less likely for a black person to get away when they do a crime. It's more likely for the white person to walk away doing their crime.
And they make an example of it.
It's less likely for a white person to kill a black person. That's also less likely.
Oh no, man.
Way like that.
I don't know.
Facts over feelings.
No.
Facts over feelings.
Okay. Let's put it this way. According to statistics, it's more black people that kill black people than it is white people that kill black people.
Okay.
Even it goes back. Wait till we get to my topic.
What statistics is y'all looking up? Because
No. Wait till we get to my topic, and I show you the national database statistics of how many black people white supremacists have killed versus blacks. Okay,
that's because they don't record all of the ones that they kill because they get away. That's the reason why the statistics is saying that. It's because a lot of white people get away with the crimes that they do. That's why.
They good at it. That's where they invented this whole game.
Exactly. Like what? Like no. You ain't going to. I don't even want to see the statistics because I already know what it is. Like, of course they gonna have us as the highest. Of course that. Yeah.
Well, because we're the lowest almost the lowest population. Even Hispanics and Spanish people have a higher demographic than black. We're not even the secondary majority of the United States.
Exactly.
Okay, I got a question.
Numbers are always higher.
All right. One mic. DJ Craze.
I got a question. Everybody knows that black people account for 13% of the population, 14% tops. Why?
That's major right there.
Why do we account for you with the same rationale, same numbers? Why do we account for 50% of the homicides and the prison population?
It's actually 55.
Say it again.
Actually 55%.
Okay.
It's actually 55%.
How can we explain away that to the point and make it justifiable and allow for our children and our black people to continue going the direction we're going? With 13% of the population, 50%, 55% of the prison system, 55% of the murder rate.
You can't explain that. You can't.
Because of our color. Like I said, once you go in front of that judge, you go in front of a judge, they're going to look at that color. That determines how things go about. When you you get a risk. I mean, y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Like,
I just want to get a total understanding.
That goes on a lot. That goes on a lot.
Facts that we don't understand that's going on. Top rank.
There is this thing called structured sentencing, which takes the power away from the judges, and they basically have to use a chart and based on a person's prior records. Judges hardly have any discretion in how we're going to sentence this offender.
That's not
okay. So you saying that? So you saying that? What about Carmelo and that other dude that was in Texas? He got 10 years and Carmelo got 35, and they both did kind of like the same thing. So how do that make sense to me? And they both was in the same state.
They didn't kind of do like the same thing. So you have to separate feelings from facts. So I'm a fact-based person, right?
Right.
That boy went up in that bathroom and stabbed that boy up. That's the facts on that one. Carmelo Anthony stabbed that boy one time and he killed him, and they gave him 35 years. They gave the other one that did multiple stabs 10 years. That just don't make sense to me. That's not dealing with emotions. That's dealing with reality.
The other guy was smart enough to take a plea.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was smart enough to take a plea.
And two,
we don't even know if he was offered a plea.
Yes, he was. Okay.
Well, there's nothing saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the video come out and all of that stuff like that. All of them people was lying and everything. So it's about to be a new trial and all of that. So the new trial is about to come about anyway.
Yeah, they were his own witnesses. His own witnesses recanted their statement and said no.
And they lied.
He was not attacked. He was not attacked.
Okay, the video. Do you see the stuff that's out now? The new video that's out that's showing everything. Do you see that?
It ain't showing. It ain't showing him being attacked. It ain't showing him being attacked. Okay. Now, last question on this. Last question on this. When tragedies like this happen, why are we focusing too much on the crime itself and not enough on the family, the community factors, social media factors that may have contributed to it?
We look
I feel sorry for the family. So, I mean, I don't know what you're saying because they lost a child. So, anybody is concerned about the family as well. But on top of that, we want to get to the bottom of it, of what really happened, why they lawyered up so quickly. Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this, if y'all didn't do nothing, then y'all shouldn't even have to lawyer up. Like, y'all lawyered up before they even charged you.
Who would lawyer up? Anybody in the right mind would lawyer up.
All of the kids.
Especially when they had his property and they left him at some other place, but they got all this stuff. Yeah, that's why they lawyered up.
You know, and let me tell you a prime example. You know how many times I lawyered up and I know I was innocent and I know I didn't have to lawyer up and I still lawyered up?
Protect them kids at all costs here, podcast.
Yeah, you know.
But they lawyered up. But they lawyered up before they found the body, though. So like. How did they know something was really going on if they just left him? If they just left him with a girl, how do they know anything went on? That's
okay. If I was with somebody and they disappeared, or it's a possibility they might be dead or whatever, and I was associating with them that night before or that day of, I'm lawyering up immediately. Wow. I know what's coming.
But if they left him with a female, you ain't here. If they left him with a female, how do they know that something really happened? He could have just been chilling with the girl all of them days. How do they know? Like, I'm not going to lawyer up until they say, "Oh, I found the body." Then it's time to go start running to the lawyers and stuff. But if they find nobody.
Some people are smarter than that. Some people are smart to do it off top.
They did it.
They smarter than it. Okay.
They did something. They're not innocent.
And another thing is alligators can dismember somebody. So
who said he was dismembered?
They say he was dismembered.
But let me also
burnt and dismembered.
When
not the Alabama kid.
My own child was got mixed up in a homicide. And the biggest mistake I made, even with my criminal justice background, probation, parole, court services, is I wanted my son to tell the truth. The biggest mistake I made was allowing him to sit down and talk to the police without an attorney. Huge mistake. You never allow your child as a witness, as someone who participated in the crime, as someone who walked across the street and saw the crime. You never allow your child to sit down and talk to law enforcement without an attorney, because those police officers.
I mean, I understand that part. I do understand that part. But if they didn't find nobody or anything, why would they even think about a lawyer if they didn't find nobody? There should be nothing about that. They should have.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why. You asked the question. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he was disappeared. Police came to them. Police came to them and wanted to question him. Before the body was found, everything. Right. Bingo. It was immediately time. Anybody in their right mind, immediately time to lawyer up. You agree, DJ Craig?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. No question.
That's what smart people do.
I was just sitting here listening to Annette talk about her son. You said it was your son that got mixed up in a homicide? Yes. An investigation. And so even with her expertise and knowing the system, she made that fatal mistake. Now, I don't know what the outcome was in his case, but I'm just saying she learned that she shouldn't allow a child, or anybody for that fact, to speak to police without a lawyer. One of my good friends is Ralph Frazier.
Oh, bingo.
Attorney Ralph Frazier. And he does commercials all the time. And he tells you, do not talk to the police without a lawyer.
And Butch Williams told me that.
Obviously, people don't know it.
Yeah, he told the class that I was sponsoring for Justice Sergio, North Carolina. He told the teenagers, do not talk to the police. You had a right not to talk to the police. That's Butch Williams, Cochran's protege. And another thing, they should immediately lawyer up anyway. They were at the scene of a crime.
Were they?
But nobody
Yeah.
didn't know it was a scene of a crime until they
Right.
found the body, though. That's what I'm trying to say. So how
Okay.
was they at a scene of a
The
crime
crime,
when they
the
didn't know it
crime
was a
started
crime?
before the crime
was
started
missing.
before the crime started before the body was found. The crime started when he
They
disappeared.
were part of the issue. They were part of whatever
Basically,
happened to
that's
that
exactly
child.
what it was.
They were
How y'all
part of
gonna leave somebody on the island, but have they belongings? Come on
And
now, that don't
nothing
make
says
sense.
his mother
Like,
If I'm not mistaken,
There's
if I'm
nothing
not mistaken, he told them to go ahead on because he wanted to stay with the girl.
but he leaves everything with them. He leave his
Yeah.
phone, all of that stuff with him. Like that don't make sense.
That's not
That don't make
true.
sense.
Yeah,
that don't
it
make
doesn't.
sense.
Yeah, see, I
All
didn't
that
know about
stuff was
this.
on the boat. You're swimming. You're swimming.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Who
but
takes their
if
phone
he
in the water?
tells them to leave and go back to another island, I'm getting my stuff off that boat. I don't care if I'm swimming or not. If y'all leaving me somewhere else, I'm gonna need some type of
Kids don't
something.
leave their phone. Kids don't. You can't even plug it out their hand.
Exactly. Like
ain't
what?
no way in the world.
They
he left
they
his
take
phone.
them phones with them to the bathroom.
There's no way he left that phone.
But here's
No
the deal.
way.
If you're out
None.
and
None.
you're drinking, which it has already been talked about that all of them were drinking. Are you thinking rationally? I don't think he was thinking rationally to say, hey, friends, leave me. I'm going to stay here with this girl. I'll find me another way back.
And you don't.
But we don't even know if he said that because he's dead. So we don't even know if he said that.
Correct.
They could tell us anything.
But the best thing I can say,
his mother
the
had
best-
said,
No, she didn't. There's nothing that reports that she said anything of such.
as a matter of fact, she said that she hasn't made any statements yet.
Correct. She has not.
She said she hasn't made. That was as of yesterday. I don't know about today, but as of yesterday, she said she hasn't made any statements yet. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. We dissected and discussed. Now, next topic is curfews for teens, and should parents be held accountable for their minors' action?
Yes.
I want to show a clip of what happened here in Raleigh. This past on the 4th of July. I was actually down there, and I turned around and I went somewhere else. It was entirely too many youth. Whether they were black, white, I don't care. It was they say it was 8,000 on one strip. These kids cannot get any establishment down there. Why the hell were they down there? So now we have a curfew at 9 p.m. Under 18 are not allowed. No more backpacks on that street. Okay, and I actually think it should be under 21. Because if you're not 21, you have no reason to be down there on the strip, on the alcohol alley, Glenwood South. Play that clip, please, engineer.
Oh well, that's crazy.
That's just a piece of it. I had another one, but it was too long. 9 people killed, 38 wounded. Attacking officers. These kids had backpacks. They found. Check this out. This is funny, but it ain't funny. Do you know they found some with spears? Well, they thought they were Shaka. They thought they were Shaka Zulu or somebody. You know, that's sad to say. That's sad. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that curfew is going to make a difference? Let's answer that first. Do you think that the curfew is going to make a difference? Me personally, I say it's not, because it's not under 21. But because it should be under 21.
Yeah, they should start holding parents accountable for their children, unfortunately, up to a certain age, because you cannot allow your child to run amok while you're chilling at home, you're working, you out partying with your friends, you on vacation, whatever you may think that you may be doing, you have to raise your children properly. And this disrespect on law enforcement is is an outrage. And it again comes from the parents not having your children respect law enforcement. Yeah, there's some bad cops out there, there's some bad judges, but overall, we gotta abide by the law, and they're enforcing the law.
I say this. Okay, now if a parent told their child not to go, and they went anyway, me personally, your ass getting out of my house.
Oh yeah,
you're getting out of my house. Okay, a parent like that, I feel, should be exempt. Because they did take action. Try to take action to prevent it. But
what I would say to that, Sergio, is if a parent tells a child don't go, and that child still goes,
right?
Then that's just a punk ass parent. Yeah. That child obviously don't listen to them anyway. If my father, rest in peace, he just passed away. If my father told me and my brothers, don't you carry your hind parts downtown Durham?
Yep.
We not going because I don't want to face the wrath of my dad. My dad was a disciplinarian. He didn't play that shit. So if you tell your child don't go and they still go, what does that say about you as a parent?
Yep.
Weak.
You haven't
I can't really say that. I'm not
okay.
Gonna agree with that. I'm not.
Why can't you say that?
Because, like I said, and I told you this last week, my mother had 9 daughters, and we snuck out. We did sneaky stuff. If we thought that she wasn't going to find out, or if she go to church and we sneak out and then come back before she go to church or something like that, I can't blame my mother for the things that I did.
I agree with you there.
I was scared of her, but on top of that, I still did bad things. She said, don't do it. And if I wanted to do it, I do it and say I suffer the consequences later. Some kids don't care. They'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll suffer that later. I take that punishment. I take that beating. And that's how I thought. So some kids think like that. That don't mean that the parent is weak. That means that the kid kind of might not care. It could be a kid that probably need more than their one parent around. They probably don't got 2 parents in the house, and that one parent, they taking advantage of. So I can't really
I think a child that repetitively do things like that need to be put in an institution, put away somewhere, and let them learn. Let them learn the hard way.
Exactly, and that's exactly so. Before I blame my mother, I would have rather took the blame and did my time, or if I got caught doing something, let me go ahead and do that, but don't do nothing to my mother because my mother ain't have nothing to do with it. That's how I would have felt if something would have happened while I was out.
I would say if that parent was warned, and you probably have a record with that child probably being sent home from school, probably being suspended, probably being reprimanded by other people, you have been notified of your child's behavior, and if you don't correct that child's behavior, you are just as responsible as that child. I'm a single mother.
There you go. I agree with that.
And I never played with them because I was.
See, I never did nothing at the schools and all of that to report it back to my mother. We do stuff like that, but sneaking out the house and hanging out and stuff like that, we did do stuff like that. But at school, we took that seriously. You get what I'm saying? But other things like sneaking out, we did do that. We did.
Okay. And Judge Annette, do you think that this curfew is gonna help? And do you also? I call you Judge, Your Honor. Is going to help, or should the parents be held accountable?
No, I don't think the curfew is going to work. I think that this is not a one-stop solution. I think this is something that has been building for years, and I think it's going to take a lot of collaboration. Kids have access to each other 24/7. And that's why, back in my day, we didn't have any teen takeovers. How you going to tell somebody, this is where we're going to meet, this is what we're going to do. But today's children, they are in contact with each other 24/7. So that's how they're planning. these takeovers. If parents would, at this point, start taking phones, start turning phones off. If your child is caught at a teen takeover, they don't have any more access to a phone or to a car. So how are you going to get to where you're going? So
I promise you they won't.
One step. Right.
You know what?
No, you're absolutely right.
Friends.
I'm like this too. Okay. Not only the parents, I know you can't punish the culture. All right. But a lot of this has to do with the lyrics and the music. I blame Young Miami. I blame all of it. Yeah. I blame all of this, all of these people that feed these children that ignorant dialogue. The parents are not making these songs degrading women and of uprising and all of that. It starts with the media too. It starts with the plants like Jay-Z and everybody that make negative music. They're part of the problem.
Jay-Z don't make that much negative music to say
okay.
it.
Well, I just use him because he's a plant, but that's it. But I'm just saying the government use certain plants. How you gonna make a song about your mother who you missed for 10 years because she got incarcerated for unaliving somebody during a shoplifting incident? How you gonna make a song praising spin that shit? Steal, sell it fast, spin that shit. All right, that's part, not just the parents. It's this culture. This culture has a lot to do.
You know,
Go ahead, Annette.
But I blame Black adults because as adults we did not protect our culture. Every other race protects their culture. They're like, you're not going to do this. We're not going to allow you to dress a certain way. You're not going to introduce music and be in front of our young kids as role models. And I always go back to Miley Cyrus. When Miley Cyrus decided that she wanted to do whatever it was she was doing, when she was twerking and riding wrecking balls with her tongue hung out, white mothers got together and said, you will not be a role model for our children. And after they had to cancel 2 or 3 concerts, Miley Cyrus came back to her senses. She got married. She ain't riding wrecking balls anymore. She's not twerking. And that's because they got together and protected their culture. As Black people, we did not protect our culture. And that's what, in my opinion, that's what has happened, that we just did not protect our culture. Anything that made money was good money.
Yeah.
You had a mural of King Von on a building in Chicago. The mayor gave whatever his little Dirk a key to the city. These are men who made millions of dollars rapping about the bodies, the other kids they killed. And this is who the city chose to celebrate. So if you're a young Black child living in poverty, you don't have an adult male mentor in the home, you looking up to King Von and Lil Durk? And the adults
that's what I'm saying.
not saying a word.
Yeah, that's crazy. And back when I was growing up, we couldn't listen to certain things, even though when you left home and you was out, you still heard it, but it wasn't okay to be in your home. So these kids feel like it's okay for them to listen to this. And meanwhile, it's sinking right into their head. The one Swain said, our culture is the only culture that is controlled by people outside of our culture. Great point. You have the powers to be, love them to make that old crazy ass music and to influence these children. Okay. Anybody else got a burning on? I know Marlo said she had to go early. Appreciate her being on though. But we want to take the time to thank One Swain, So Blue, Open Train of Thought, And our fact checker Starman presents. Okay? He said, spin that. Hey. I don't know whether it was spending money or twirl your ass around. Anyway, they found a way to make them match. Okay, moving right along. We got to pay some bills. Let's do one commercial for Doja Vineyard. All right, everybody, there you go. That's my very own brand of fruit punch flavored moonshine. It's called Fitz Paradise Juice. You can retrieve it. You can get it, order it in bulk at www.doja.com. Use my code FPJ at checkout to get your discount. All right, that's Fitz Paradise Juice. It's so good it'll make your tongue slap your brains out. It hears no evil and speaks no evil. And it is delicious. So y'all get your order as you can. Next up, anybody got a burning desire on that topic that they want to, did I miss anybody? Miss anything? I want to thank Swain, Swain for tuning in. We see you viewers. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, and even join. If you ask to join, we'll send you the link to come right in the studio with us. All right? Moving right along. Next one is, this is Navea's topic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Black people tired of black folk fatigue. I know she didn't say it like that, but I worded it like that. I'm saying black people, to me, it's a difference between people and folk, to me. And I use it differently too. But us black people are tired of this black folk fatigue, blaming everything on the white man and not taking accountability for what we do. So can you run that clip for Navea, please, engineer?
Yeah. Please define.
The loud, ghetto, ratchet, entitled, obnoxious people who happen to be black. Yeah. There's another quote. Offended by everything, but embarrassed by nothing. Something like that. There's a community that behavior in public is horrible. And it's mainly black women just fighting. It's overwhelmingly black women.
Black people are not very well behaved in this country.
Hey, it's y'all that everybody's sick of. That thug life, low IQ behavior. All right, it's not the Asians or the white people or the Mexicans or the Chinese. It's y'all. 100%. Okay.
So now they're trying to say that it's only the black women, right? It's only the black women that's fighting. It's only the black women that's being loud and not well behaved. It's not the Asians. It's not the Chinese. It's not the white women. It's 100% black women is what they're trying to tell me, right? Well, since y'all want to come for my black women, you two coon ass motherfuckers or you two white ass motherfuckers, let me show you something real quick. Man, drop that shit. Talking about. Boy, look at this shit right here. Look at this shit. It's only black women though, right? It's only black women. I can't make this shit up, yo. I can't make this shit up, man.
All right, now this is what I want to say about that. That dude, it took him forever to dig that up. Believe that. We don't. No,
you didn't, because I know him personally.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you your chance. It's your topic. I'm gonna give you a chance. It took him forever to dig that up. No, and even if it, okay, hold it. Those two guys was wrong when they said only. Okay, They were wrong when they said only black. Okay. Now, listen. We don't have to dig. It's in our face every day, all day. All day. He had to dig for that. And then plus, look at his mentality, whoever the commentator that was, calling another black man coon, using a slave word, a slave-taught word, using a slave-taught word to call another person because he got in his feelings. This show is about facts, not feelings.
Exactly.
Okay? The fact is that them two white women fighting each other and that crowd of white people fighting other, what they got to do with us?
First of all, they talking about
what affects us. Us.
That
don't have nothing to do with us.
First of all, I know this man personally. Second of all, he's one of them people that try to like all of these black people that always trying to take up for these white people. He's one of them that he got a whole lot of white friends. Personally, like, so you sit up here making it seem like he had to dig for it. He do this daily. He don't have to dig for nothing. It didn't take him long to dig that up. It didn't take him long to dig that up.
He's still in slavery though. He's still using slave words.
No, I called you a graham cracker. Why do I call you a graham cracker? Why do I call you that?
Then you still in slavery too then.
No, I'm not.
Just because I have a different,
I'm using my third eye. I'm using my third eye. That's just what it is.
Just because, why you can't call me a traitor? Why you just can't say?
That's calling you a traitor. I just got a name for you.
Why you got
calling you a traitor? I just got a name for you. Hold
on. Why you got to use the slave masters taught words? Coon.
That's not a slave master taught word.
That is a slave master taught word. Coon, Sambo,
no, not
Uncle Tom. I'm the king of Uncle Tom's, and I'm proud of it. Proud of it.
We see.
You know what? Because if certain people like you,
and it's certain people like you.
Then you have the right.
People like you, why black communities is acting like they are because y'all feel like, put it all on the black people. Like what?
Yeah, no, okay.
What? No.
That's what matters to us. The black people are affecting us. Them white people fighting don't affect us. That's not our business.
No, you talking about the fight, and I'm talking about overall Graham Cracker. That's what I'm talking about. The reason why I'm talking about the overall situation. That y'all always have excuses for these white people, and y'all always try to bring down the black people. Don't do that around.
Hold on. You are confusing the words excuses. There is no excuse for any kind of violence. Okay, period. But if all the white people got together and started fighting and killing everybody, I wouldn't give a fat baby's ass because that ain't got shit to do with me.
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Or my family or friends. We're talking about why
they sitting up here talking about black women, and a man want to defend his black women. It's nothing wrong with that. You could say that he's in a slave mindset and all of that stuff like that. To me, the ones that always say something about the white people, they slave minded because they sitting up here making it seem like the white people this, the white people that. No, fuck them white people. That's what I say.
But do you hear any of us calling anybody coon, house nigga, Sambo?
It doesn't matter.
Uncle Tom.
You can't dictate how somebody say something. If we want to call you that, that's what we call you. And so if you acting like that, that's what we going to call you. Period.
Yeah, okay. All right. But acting like that.
Can I chime in quickly?
Go ahead, Judge.
So I think what has happened, and especially with the advancements in technology, because before it was like every woe in the black community was assigned to white people. Black communities are this way, it's your fault. Black communities are that way. Our schools are this way. So now that you have technology and people can actually see what's happening, I think white people are taking the opportunity to say, aha, you guys are messing up your own community.
We don't have to do it no more.
Right, exactly. I could care less what's going on with white people. Was those
and anything that happens in the black community, a black community could be popping, just like Black Wall Street. And who did that? Did the black people do that? No, the white people came and took that,
where you
messed
get
it
that
all up. So
from?
y'all sitting up here saying all of that, but white people always taking stuff from us.
So you wrong about that too. The Democratic Party got rid of the Wall Street, and they black.
Okay,
the
so you trying to
Democrats
say,
did, and they black.
Sergio, boy, Bob.
They black. The Democrats got rid of Wall Street.
If that's what you say, if
no,
if
do it your own research.
With, oh well,
I'm not agreeing. Like at the beginning of the show, we say do your own research. Don't listen to me. You ain't got to listen to me.
I'm not.
The black party, the Black Democratic Party.
I don't hear nothing you say at this point.
But you're answering, so you got to hear anyway.
Okay, but it's going into one ear out the other. Put it like that.
Okay. But why you blame everything on the white man?
I'm not blaming everything on the white man. All I'm saying, I'm not taking it away either.
But you saying Wall Street,
black people this, black people that. I'm not blaming everything on the white man, but I'm not taking away the stuff that they did to
you just said that the white man took away Wall Street, Black Wall Street.
They did.
The Democrats did. So how could it be the white man?
Everybody on the Democrats is not black. Come on now, Sergio. Be for real.
But the black people is the one that support the most. Support Democrat. They've been doing it for 96 years and still
doesn't matter.
And still dead last and well.
You talk about a party that owned by both white people, the Democrat and the Republicans. They both is owned by white people. You sit up here making it seem like, oh, black people this, black people that. But the people that's in the office is the top people, the top dogs. Fuck who we voting for. It's the people in the office, and they white. It's about 10%, maybe less than that, in that political office that's black people or got brown skin like us.
No, we talk about the voters. We're talking about the voters. We're talking about the voters. The voters, most black people vote Democrat.
But you saying the voters, but the voters didn't go and bomb Wall Street, though. You said the Democrat Party.
They did.
You said the Democrat Party.
Yes, they did. They did by their vote. They did do it by their vote. Who they voted for.
Please.
Who they voted for, so they did it. That's who they voted for. Go ahead, Judge, and then Craze.
Quickly say that black people are in the best position and have the best opportunities.
Bingo.
And have more
in what world did y'all living in? In what world is y'all living in?
The real one?
Hold up.
In what world is y'all living in? Because I don't
think that. Hold on. She let you speak. Let her speak.
Listen. Exactly. These are facts. Only 17% of black people now are living in poverty. So as the poverty level has decreased, why has violence and lack of public education and all of those things increased? Why is that? We have multi-millionaire, billionaires, black people. Forget what was happening on Wall Street back when none of us were born. We got to look at what's happening today.
Yeah, that's history.
Right.
That's okay. Y'all sit up here talking about that, but who's doing that? Who's doing all of the crimes right now? YNs, young people. You don't see the rich people out there doing that. You don't see them doing all of that. So you sit up here saying something about the rich and like, the poverty then went down and all of that. But who's doing most of the crime? It's young people, people that's in gangs. It's not people that's making it or doing their thing and all of that stuff like that. That's not the people that's doing the crimes.
Okay, okay. You're proving our point. You're proving our point. You just said.
What point is I'm proving? For y'all, I'm not proving nothing. Yes, black people. Yes, black people do a lot of crimes. Yes, black people do a lot of stuff, and yes, a lot of black people don't take accountability. I'm not one of them. But on top of that, y'all sitting up here making it seem like the reason why black people is not unified is because people like y'all always say black people this, black people that. Then why don't y'all go out there and help the black people? Why don't y'all go out there and speak for the black people? If that's
because they don't want the help. They don't want the help. They don't want the help. Go ahead, Judge.
Okay, no, y'all not giving no help. The only thing y'all doing is talking about them. The only thing y'all doing is talking about them.
Go ahead, Judge.
I'm not bulletproof.
Go ahead, Judge. Go ahead, Judge. Finish your thought, then we go on to crazy.
The point that I'm trying to make is it's not the kids living in poverty. We're giving them a bad name. That's out here committing most of the crimes. It's the kids living in the suburbs with two parents in the home that are mimicking the culture.
Yeah.
And so is the rich white kids.
Yeah, not on the same ratio.
I don't know what rich white kids do because they're not my concern.
Right, there you go.
Well,
what concern is
so is my concern when they going into the black communities doing killing black people. So then that's when it becomes my concern.
When was the last time you seen
when was that happening? When did that happen?
You seen any white boy go in the black community and mess with some blacks?
So
come on, tell me that.
I ain't seen none of that.
First of all, when that man went in that damn store and killed mad people, majority of them was black, wasn't they? I'm just not talking about black neighborhoods, so please don't say it like that. I'm just saying killing my black people. I don't care where's it at, a church, the corner store, anywhere. I ain't even just talking about the black neighborhood. So
but
don't
I just told you about
down and try to make it seem like that. I'm talking about killing black people, period.
Okay.
Right. So since you want to talk about killing black people, period, let's talk about all the cities, Chicago, New York, LA, where black people are killing black people in high numbers. You mentioned nothing about July 4th in Chicago.
If I knew about July 4th, and like I said, you saying all of this, I understand it was a lot of black on black crimes, but the type of people like y'all sitting here talking about it, why don't y'all go do something about it? Why don't y'all be the spokesman for white people? So why don't y'all be the spokesman for these black people?
First of all, hold on. Let me tell you something. Hold on 1 second. Let me tell you something. I have two organizations, nonprofit organizations that I'm affiliated with. Justice Serve Carolinas. It was North Carolina. South Carolina jumped on board because we was doing so good. We helped 860 families, not people, okay, of color. Then we got Second Chance Alliance. You know why? You think we don't help? Because they don't want the help. We have expungement parties. Well, hold on. We have expungement party every month. You remember Craze? We got expungement party every month. We have license reinstated, charges dismissed, housing, food, clothing. They don't care. They don't care. They like living how they live. They like being animalistic.
So you talking about Raleigh, a small little city, or you talking about the overall states?
I said Justice Serve Carolinas. We were doing just North Carolina. Now South Carolina seen the progress we were making, and they want to join, so we changed the name to Justice Serve Carolinas.
Okay, well, I can't help Chicago then. Go to Chicago since he wanted to bring up Chicago. Why don't you go to Chicago and try to help them out?
No, tell your savior, your Messiah, your black Messiah, Obama, who lived there. Tell him to go there. He got more funds than I got.
I'm pretty sure. He got more funds, but nonprofits is supposed to help. Period.
Tell
Did you guys
Obama.
not see the two mothers, the gun violence advocates in Chicago, who was out on the street with the kids, and they came by and made them both look like Swiss cheese? Did you not see the man that was in California this over the 4th of July weekend trying to break up a party, and now he is dead ops? That's not the answer.
That's why we don't go help. That's why we don't go help. We want to live. We don't want to die. That's why we don't go help.
It, right? Instead, y'all just talk about it.
Yeah,
right?
talk about it. Expose them. Expose them. Because it's truly embarrassing.
It's already being exposed. They expose it all the time. They always expose it, but they
we're gonna expose it more.
They only expose us. They only expose us because that stuff goes on everywhere. Do you know the Mexicans and all of the people, they got gangs too? They got gangs
but
too.
that don't have nothing to do
what?
with us.
They out
That
here
don't
doing
have
the
nothing
same
to do
thing,
with us.
but they don't put it in public eye. It's always the black people thing that's in public eye.
And guess what?
All of the other races.
Us coons, Uncle Toms and Sambos are going to continue
crackers,
to
and
exploit graham crackers and house niggas and sellouts. I don't know where they get. I don't know where they get. I don't know where they get sellouts. Because what the hell are we selling? What the hell are we selling?
You guys are coming from a place of emotions. And so what we're doing here is absolutely nothing. You two are screaming back and forth to each other, and me and DJ just sitting here and listening. The bottom line is,
and
what did
honestly,
Obama
I don't care.
What did Obama do for his people? Absolutely.
And what did Trump do?
Because
what is Trump doing?
I can name a whole lot. I can name a whole lot.
I can't. He did nothing for me yet. So
we're so used to symbolic. We're so used to symbolic. So what has anybody did for him? We got the highest homicide rates in the country.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And people justify it. We justify black
justification about that. There's no justification.
Okay, hold on. Nabil, one person at a time. Go ahead, Judge. Go ahead, Judge.
So the thing is, we are electing all of these symbolic folks, and we're sending them to Congress, and we're making them the mayors, and we're doing this, and we're running around going like, "Ooh, we got the first black this. Ooh, we got the first black that." But when people want to talk about disproportion, when we're talking about EBT, when we're talking about affordable housing, when we're talking about services, but when we use the word disproportion for homicides and black children who can't read, then all of a sudden now that's a bad thing. So those are the issues. Point blank.
I'm gonna say this,
but that's not the issues we talking about right now. We have topics, and we talk about them topics. We're not talking about nobody not knowing how to read.
But what's going to change things in black communities is policy. And those policies have to come from your elected officials who are getting rich on the back, suffering, and pain of black communities.
Mm-hmm. Boy, this was a hot topic right here, but I'm over here sweating grenades, not bullets. hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I got. Hey, look, I went to ministry school, so my tone might seem like I'm hollering and fussing, but I'm not. That's just I was taught to use pitch.
And I talk like this. Period. If I'm this aggressive, okay. That's just it.
To me,
period.
To DJ Craze, I'm gonna let you close out on this topic.
All right.
Okay, the topic is about what we was just talking about. Is there any help? What can we do? If they don't want the help, what can we do?
That was not the topic.
No, I'm saying you said help these people that we're talking about and quit exposing them more and more and more. What can we do?
Okay,
first of all, I want to say black.
I don't see anything wrong with the way they live in.
They don't see nothing wrong with the culture. It's the culture. Black lives do not matter. Can you come up with any idea of what we can do, Craze, to rectify these actions of the black youth?
We got to have parents step back in and be.
What happened here in Charlotte, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on, Judge. Let Craze, and I'm gonna come back to you.
What happened?
Go ahead, Craze.
We got to get parents to step back up and step back in. That's number one. And number two, and I don't mean just some parents. I work in the school system, so Ms. Nevaeh saying we ain't doing that. And I work at a high school. I do this every day. I work with these black youth every day. So, and not just black youth, the Hispanic, white people too. But I'm just saying, I see this every day, and I know what goes on in the school system. And you all will be horrified if you got the real stories as to everything that goes on in these schools. Like
I work in the school too. I work at a school too.
It's unbelievable. But anyway, so you got that part. The other part is what we just were talking about, which is one of my biggest pet peeves is when we're having a discussion, and Fitz, you say it all the time, but that's my concern is about Black people. When the argument comes from a person and their argument is, well, white people do it too, I already know there's no conversation for us to have because I don't care what they're doing. My focus is on the Black community.
Right.
I'm about the Black
what they
community.
doing until they do something to the Black people. That's what I said.
Yeah, but why was
No, you brought up a video of white women fighting each other.
White women.
No, and you were using that as your excuse to justify why Black people do that.
The whole point of it was everybody sitting up here talking about the Black women, Black men, and the white men. So he was protecting his Black women. That ain't have nothing to do with. He basically saying like try to call the men out that it ain't only Black people. Black women. It's more than Black women that's out there doing it. That's what
But see, that was dumb. That was one dummy. That was one dumb white person that said only Black people did that.
It was two in there. It was two in there.
Well, five. That was just five out of the majority that said that. That had nothing to do with us. That had nothing to do with us. What do we got right here? We got. We said, who is this? Top Seraphim.
Who are getting in fights. Black women who are getting in fights and altercations and they're dying. We had a woman in Charlotte who was killed because she bumped into somebody at a party. And the lady went and got her gun and followed her and shot her and killed her. So that's things that affect our communities.
And that's why we bring it up. I say the bottom line is Black lives don't matter. Next, let me show you how ignorant our people can be. All right. I'm trying to wait for Navia to come back to the screen so she could see how ignorant. It's almost hard to say my people. You know, it really is. For me, it is. It really, because I'm not Black. I'm Homo sapien. I'm a human. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no color or nobody or none of that.
You said what?
All right. We get ready to show you a clip of how ignorant, how ignorant our black people are. Okay?
You don't have to show me that. You don't have to show me that. There's a lot of ignorant Black people. There's a lot of ignorant white people.
No.
He doesn't want facts.
No, this is his topic. Go ahead. Run that clip. I don't want facts now.
Hey!
See how many houses they could have blew up, how many cars they could have blew up, how many innocent children could have got blown up. Go ahead, Chris.
Man, that shit was so dumb. It was the dumbest thing ever. And I know there are Black people somewhere that are justifying this, saying, "Oh, it's just childhood fun." That is not childhood fun. That dude had like a bazooka. That's terroristic stuff that they're doing. They're shooting fireworks that are exploding on buildings, and they laughing. And now there was just a lady who got. A little girl got arrested the other day because she shot off fireworks and burnt the whole apartment complex down. And killed the little girl, killed the 7-year-old girl.
Yep. This
stuff isn't funny.
Right?
This isn't funny. This isn't cute. This isn't something that we did as children growing up. Yeah, we played with firecrackers. That's what we did. We played with the little thing you light and it shoot up in the air. We won't shooting bazookas at houses and cars in the name of fun. That's the dumbest shit ever.
And the level of stupidity is getting worse and worse and worse. And we have the right to highlight it and talk about it as much as we can. Maybe they'll get embarrassed like we are and change their ways. You never know. So I'm going to highlight all of the defects just as much as I do the positive effects. But right now, I don't see too much positive effect coming from.
I see a lot of positive things, and you never ever highlight
from the youth.
Ever. It's always downing. Yeah.
Okay.
Not always downing.
Okay.
I'm talking about Sergio. I ain't talking about you. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
him.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about Sergio.
First of all, we got to take into consideration there's no such thing as community no more. They're neighborhoods. You know, with the emphasis on hoods.
Hoods.
Yeah, neighborhoods. And it's sad, you know. Yes, I expose the negative to bring it to light as much as possible, and maybe they'll feel shame, embarrassed. But it's not to downgrade anybody, but we don't have to downgrade nobody because they downgrade themselves. Yeah, but was that in Durham? Was that incident in Durham crazy?
No, I forget exactly where. It wasn't far from here. It was in North Carolina.
It don't matter. It don't matter where it's from. But anyway, if anybody, if it seemed like I was arguing, no, I just have a minister's voice, even though I'm not a minister. I went to ministry school and I portray my message with my hands and with pitch, tone, and modulation. I just didn't modulate that good that time. Yeah, I caught myself too, and I appreciate you bringing it to my attention, Judge Caesar. You got the right name, Caesar. You sure you're not an empress?
My last name is Albright.
Albright. Is it Annette Caesar's Albright? Is Annette Caesar's Albright, right? Did the Caesar stand for casino or what? You ching-chinging? You ching-chinging? All right. So, okay, with that being said,
my dad.
I want to end it with Navia giving us 3 examples of how we can highlight positivity and how we can help these people that you say are being downgraded.
First of all, I'm just going to say one. When you critique somebody, you don't just say all negative things. If you're going to critique somebody, you say this. You tell them the bad things that's going on and be like, oh, but I did see this over here going on and it was good. Maybe they could learn from that person or learn from some of the good things, because everything is not bad in the Black community. For one, I see it. I see a change, and I'm seeing that Black people stick together. And if we have more Black people sticking together, then it would be a better place in the Black community.
Yeah, period. But see, you can speak on that because you see it. I personally don't see it. Do you see it?
Because the only thing you see is the bad things. The only thing you see is the negative things. So if a person only see negative, that's all they're going to be stuck on is the negative. I see both parts. I see the negative and I see the positive. And I bring up both of them. So I'm not trying to sit up here and take up for the Black people knowing that they out here doing bad things. Yes, they out here doing bad things. But on top of that, I'm going to say I see a lot of Black people out here doing the good. I see a lot of Black people out here sticking up for each other. I see that. So of course. So that's my thing about that. I'm not giving you 3. That's my only thing is that.
We all know that Clive Davis just passed. Condolences to him. Swain once said, our culture is the only culture that is controlled by people outside of our culture. And Clive Davis was, he claims that Clive Davis was one of those. He did it to make his money. But I say this too. In all of those clips we've seen, did you see any positivity in that, Grace?
That's because he's showing all negative stuff. That's why.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. In the next 2 weeks, show me some positive stuff. We would love to highlight some positive stuff about our people. Yeah.
I sure enough will, but a lot of the topics I choose because of you. That's the reason why I'm choosing. Because of your graham cracker ass. That's why. I like the topics. I like to be competitive and talk about stuff like that.
But you know what? You are so right, because I love the hell out some graham cracker. You can't make a s'mores without a graham cracker. Hey.
Oh, God.
I'll take that as a compliment, though. Yeah, but I mean,
bet you do.
Yeah. No, you're not supposed to choose your topic based on what you think I want to talk about. You had an option.
No, I don't know.
You
So
can
a lot of
talk
the
about
topics I be wanting to talk about, all I'm trying to say is certain ones that I choose because I know your negative Nancy ass is going to have something else to say about it. So some of them, it be based on what I know you going to say about it. That's what it is. Like,
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So now you're a fortune teller too. You got caller ID on your phone?
yes, I do.
Miss Cleo?
Yes, I do.
Miss Cleo? But then you don't know what's on my mind then if you already know who calling you. You ain't no fortune teller.
And you never fail. It never fails. It never fails. I already knew this topic was going to be like that. It never fails.
I'm not gonna change my opinion, my voice until I see different.
We
Period.
already know. We already know.
And just like you're not, I'm not too. But anyway, this has been I wouldn't say heated, but I'm damn over here sweating grenades. So I ain't sweating no bullets. I'm over here sweating grenades. I want to thank you, guys, for being on the show. And when you get off, go ahead and drink a whole gallon of Evian water, alkaline at that. And I'll be drink a whole gallon of, and make sure you put some 10 Treasure tea in it too, okay? Because I don't want you
I
to
drink tea every day, honey. I take good care of myself.
Well,
I don't
the
need
damn
you to
show
tell me
ain't
what to
working.
drink.
It
Okay.
ain't working. It ain't working. You know I love you. You know I love you, Nabea. This coon, King of Uncle Tom's, Uncle Sambo, house nigga selling out. I don't know what the hell. I
Everything, all the above. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But what am I selling out? They ain't got nothing to sell.
Everything.
They ain't got nothing to sell. Anyway, I want to thank you, Judge Annette Caesar Albright, and the King of the East Coast, DJ Craze. I do want to give you a chance, Craze, Judge Annette, to talk about your foundation. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Your foundation, all your what you got going on.
Okay, so currently I'm chairing Moms for Liberty in Mecklenburg County. And what we are a watch group for the school system. And right now, Black students in school systems are performing below immigrant children. So that is a huge concern to me personally. And we have to see that change, because if a child's out here and they don't have a certain skill set, everything is going high technology, you can't read, you can't write, you can't keep up, then we're going to see more of what we're seeing, these teenage takeovers and things like that. So I'm not the founder of the group, but we're known nationwide. And I'm very excited about this platform and this role, and hoping that we can see some changes, because education is the quickest way out of poverty for our Black students. And they definitely need those 12 years of free education.
Yeah, and education is definitely education, because there have been funded programs that failed. You know, highly funded programs that have failed, and people have put into the Black neighborhoods, because there is no more communities. Believe that.
Right.
DJ Craze, what you all about, and how do you help the kids, and what you all about, man?
Well, we again, one of the things I do, I got Craze Academy of DJs, where I teach the art of DJing to youngsters. I got about 15 DJs. My youngest one is 14. My oldest one is 65, 66. But I do that, and then I also work for the school system. I'm a restorative practice coordinator at Riverside High School, and one of the things we do is we do this. You know, we had conversations. We had those hard conversations to rectify situations. Bad stuff happens, but a lot of times, if you have that conversation, if you just have a conversation, most of the time, what we've been finding out is all of these negative things started from, number one, social media, but number two,
music,
miscommunication, misunderstanding. And once they talk, they figure it out, and they realize that they don't even have a problem at all with each other. So that's one of the things that we do big at Riverside. I actually started a program where I bring in community leaders to have what we call conversations, restorative conversations with these kids. I've had the sheriff Burkhead come in. I've had the mayor of Durham come in. I've had community leaders come in. And what we do is they'll come in and we'll sit down and we have these conversations with these kids, the conversations that we have to have, hard conversations.
Hey, hold on, not to cut you off. As a matter of fact, didn't you and your wife open up a cafe for Black people to come talk about how can they make the neighborhoods better?
So we started a thing called Community Cops Coffee and Conversation, and what we did was it was just that we went to we ran it for about 2 years, but every month we went from community to community. Every district here in Durham, we did it for 2 years, every month, and the police chief and the sheriff were a part of it. And they were every month. We had these restorative conversations. Believe it or not, I actually, that was the start of me getting called to Uncle Tom and a coon, because I wanted the community to work with the police and wanted us to have a good relationship. You wouldn't believe how many Black people like turned on me because I wanted us to have a good relationship with the police. The shit was unbelievable. But that's what I do.
Well, anyway, I would like to say thank you guys again, and we're not going to give up. If I find another way to try to finagle something to help these people, I'll be more than glad to. But right now, they don't. What I'm personally wanting across, they don't want the help. They like the culture and the music, and the music is a form of their demise. My daughter is 4 years old, and she's smart enough to say, "Dad, turn that. You know you need to turn that." I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't even be hearing it." She's like, "You need to turn that." Even on TV or if she sees shooting or whatever, "Daddy, you need to turn that." Or if I'm listening to some music, so we listen to Sirius 51, the groove. My daughter's old, so she know Always and Forever. She knows stuff like that. She like, "Daddy, I don't want to hear that spin that. I'm tired of hearing that song. You know, it ain't good anyway." So yeah.
Can I say something really quickly?
Go ahead,
The number one influencer in the world. What is it? The number one influencer in the world. Music.
Yep.
Michael Jackson is known globally. You got kids in Asia doing the moonwalk. The number one influencer in the world is music. So we can no longer be in denial about our kids not being influenced by this music because they're living it out.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? We got time for one more topic, and it's going to be brief. And I'm going to play this clip. This is I want to know what's your thoughts on Druski's depiction of Michael Jackson relationship with his father during the BET Awards. Can you play that, Sam? That'll be the last.
BET Awards again. Druski completely trampled on the dignity of my brother, Michael Jackson. I was there solely to support Tiana. But when that absurd skit played on the big screen, I was sitting right in the front row, forced to watch an actor in old age makeup, waving a belt and shouting, mocking my brother. Did they really think that was funny? In a bid to generate buzz for the show, they turned a nightmare our family actually lived through into fodder for cheap laughs. That wasn't some fictional scene from a horror movie. It was a trauma that haunted Michael his entire life. Many people have asked me why I didn't react in the moment. I didn't laugh because my family's trauma is not a tool for entertaining an audience. Nor did I get angry because I refused to give them the cheap clicks and attention they were seeking. After the ceremony, I posted only a photo with Tiana because I wanted the focus to remain on a young woman who truly loves her art. As for that performance, it showed a total disregard for boundaries, relying on the exploitation of others' pain to stir up controversy and boost ratings. I have nothing left to say about it.
Okay, what's your thoughts on that, Navia? Do you think that was appropriate?
No, I don't. That was not. I mean, I love Michael Jackson, so I mean to have a little joke. Like, no, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that was right at all.
I love Michael Jackson too, but even if it wasn't Michael Jackson, if it was anybody that suffered traumatizing event like that, that was very inappropriate, and oh, and it was seen on BET. Well, Black Entertainment is not black. I don't know why they still call it that because it's owned by the whites now. So anyway, they no respect whatsoever, and I think that was crucial. Judge, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was very disappointed, and I think anytime we're making a joke out of someone's trauma, and all the Jackson kids have spoken over the years about how traumatized they were as children. So I just think it was in very poor taste.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Craig?
So I thought it was bad. I actually like Druski. You may or may not know my son worked for him. My son is one of his DJs. Double J is his DJ. He toured with him. My son worked with Chris Brown. He finished with Chris Brown and he went on tour with Druski. So I like the dude, but I thought that this was way out of pocket.
Right.
It was just out of pocket, man. Like I get it. He was doing a joke. He thought it was funny, but it just wasn't funny. Some things just aren't meant to be joked about. You know what I'm saying? I get it. He looked at it. He's just doing his job, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, but I think that when you got that much power to host something like that, you could turn down that script.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he made a conscious decision to go along with it. So I look at him differently now too, because to hear this man is deceased, this man brought unity in the world. And it's like anybody that does positive gets punished. If you, like you said, you tried to bring the black community to embrace the government officials, the police, you got called a coon, you got called this. Yeah, so and the programs that Judge offer, are you getting a lot of positive reception with your organizations, or are you getting rebuttals?
At first, when I started speaking out, especially with what I was seeing happening in the school system, and one of the things that I did, I left criminal justice for 11 years, and I went to the school system because I felt like that we needed to intervene earlier. Once you get someone and they've been in prison for 8, 9, 10 years, and the psychological alone, you have a really hard time rehabilitating that person. So my thought was to get to them before they actually got into the criminal justice system. And once I started speaking out about what I was seeing in the school system, I absolutely got a lot of pushback, and specifically from the Black community. And one of the things that I was told is, we don't talk about our problems in front of white people. I have never been concerned about white people. I don't care what white people do or how they do it. And so that was like 8 years ago. But again, with the technology, you can't hide it anymore. So with this Moms for Liberty, immediately it was labeled as a racist hate group, and specifically by the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
So
right.
They have a national platform, and what I hope to do is to get more parents involved in the educational process, and I want to arm them to be able to go into a school system, know what their kids are supposed to be learning, if they're learning it and how to advocate on behalf of their children.
And I want to say this too. You, Judge Annette Caesar Albright, DJ Craves, and our new panelists will be in 2 weeks. Javon M. Clark and myself are truly some of the most hated on social media. Because when we speak out and we reveal things, we get called all kinds of names and everything. But you know what though? I need some new haters.
It ain't about y'all revealing it because we already know what's going on. It's not about y'all.
No. I'm speaking from experience and what I experienced with these three. These are those other three that I named. Because we speak out, we are the most. You have got death threats.
I've gotten death threats. There's a video out, saying that I'm a menace to the community, especially after I spoke at the RNC. And my whole goal has been to uplift Black students in public schools. Somebody put my address out on the internet and said she needs to be stopped by any means possible.
Wow!
I was like,
I haven't gotten that. You crazy? I haven't gotten that yet.
No, but see, that's the shit that I'm talking about. That on the Democratic side, they want to do things like that, and then think that they're like, why would you publish somebody's address, and then what if something would have happened to her? Now you're liable.
Yeah, that's right. That's
dumb.
We need some new haters because the old ones love us now. As a matter of fact, they're asking us, are we hiring?
But is it hating? But is it actually hating on you? Because I don't hate on you. I could call you a graham cracker, but
I'm not. We're not talking about you. You don't come in our comments. You should see the shit that come in our comments. You'll be surprised. You're definitely not hate. You're nowhere near them. But like I said though, and then if you speak on something, then you're automatically judging.
Well, I think it's healthy to have a difference of opinion and to debate with somebody. And I'm talking about debate heavily and stand on what you believe in. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes with when you don't agree with them. And because you simply don't agree, now we got to go left field with it.
Yeah. Then we get the name calling. Yeah, right. Like I said, if you speak on something, then they say you judging people. Well, I don't know about anybody else. My God tell me to judge. He tell me who not to associate with and who not to be with. In order to pick that out, you got to judge them.
And if you don't do it, you living in a dangerous world.
There you go. Anyway, y'all know my motto. Bring your ass, and I guarantee the best of the rest will follow. Straight like that. Our evolution is being televised because real eyes realize real eyes. Hey, I need y'all to stay on when we go off. Okay, y'all stay right there for a second. Peace, love, and hair grease, everybody. Love you, Navia. You drink your tea? Make sure you put some THC in that tea. Hey.
Peace.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for viewing, everybody.
This is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.